Hi, I'm Shelley Tugas, Director of the Hudson Area Public Library, and we're here with our River Channel segment. Books are just the beginning, and we are going to demonstrate that here today, talking about our Library of Things. This collection of items was funded by donations, people who gave money to the Hudson Area Library Foundation, and people who support the Friends of the Library's bookstore and their book sales. So we thank everybody for their contributions because we've been able to do some amazing things with those funds. So I have Matt Campana, who is our Tech and Outreach Librarian, and two other staff members. If they're done with their game, we can invite them to come on over. Who's winning? Nobody. So come on over. Jamie Smith is our operations coordinator. And Sarah Earle has been on this segment before. She's a library assistant, and they both work a lot with this collection. So why a library of things? Let's just talk fondue first. You can check out a fondue pot and kit. All of these kits come in a bag with all the accessories, so you won't necessarily see the full kit here on the table. For example, the fondue kit includes some recipe cards, a book called The Art of Fondue, a base cup, the burner, and all kinds of pieces that go with this. And about 8 years ago, I had fondue at your house.
You did.
How many times have you made fondue since?
Probably for sure. Since we've moved into the new house 2.5 years ago, we have used it exactly 0 times. In fact, before then, probably hardly at all. So I have 2 pots sitting there taking up storage space. I have 8 plates, probably 50 skewers. That it would have been a lot better to just try it from the library for free as often as I use it.
Yes. So that's sort of the purpose of this. It's a try before you buy. If you are on a limited income, you have access to things you might not be able to purchase or use. And it's also a kind of a sharing culture. If you are going to get something and you know you're not going to use it very often or maybe only once, you buy it, and then what do you do with it? It goes in a basement or in a landfill, or maybe you give it to Goodwill. But the purpose is just to reduce the amount of stuff we collect and buy and try all kinds of cool things. So let's talk about some of those things. Want to tell us a little bit about the photo studio? I think you're one of the first people who used it during the pandemic. You did a tape that we put on YouTube.
We did a bunch of, yeah. So we have this entire photo studio here that you can rent out. We have the lighting for it, the lamps, the full green screen. We have a black drop. We have a white drop. Anybody who's really into photography, video editing, anything like that, you can totally reserve it from the library for free.
We had a Harry Potter camp before the pandemic, and I went out and got video of the river, and then we got the kids in their wizard costumes on a broom in front of the green screen like they were flying, and then we melded those together and everybody got to take home a little video of them flying over the river. It was so cute. I'm not saying we're taking over Hollywood anytime soon, but what an amazing thing for a family to do together. Okay, let's talk about some of the other tech items. I think one thing that is really unique, I know we kind of got this idea from New Richmond, so credit where credit is due. Why don't you talk about the Rokus that we have and how all of that works?
All right, so we have a Roku Express that we have a bunch of apps that are already preloaded for you. Currently, if you get one of these, we have Apple TV, BBC Select, Discovery Plus, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Paramount Plus, which is a lot. And it's just a standard HDMI connection, plugs right into your TV, and you can watch everything from that.
And so if you don't have Wi-Fi, you could take a hotspot.
If you don't have Wi-Fi, yes, you can reserve a hotspot as well. If you're going camping, you can take these. Not that you would want to do that if you're camping, but some people would. With the hotspot, you'd be able to get internet from anywhere, and then you'd be able to use your Roku.
So I know patrons who've come in because they don't have cable or they don't have streaming, they've used these, but also people who've been going on vacations to a cabin or something like that, and keeping themselves busy on rainy days. How about Chromebooks?
You could also using with the hotspot, you can get the Chromebook and you can just use that like you would a regular laptop or tablet or anything like that. You can hook into the internet, check your email from wherever, as long as you have internet connectivity.
So we have some of these to check out. We also have some that you can just use in the library. We have the public computer bank, but sometimes people don't want to just sit in that room. So you can take a Chromebook and go to a study room or sit by the windows and look at the river and work from there. So I think we have about 10 total.
That's more of a Jamie question. I think we have 7. Is that right? Do we
I
have
think
seven Chromebooks?
7 for checkout and maybe an additional 6 for in-library use.
Okay. One of the most popular things, and I can't believe it was in that we get to even show it. I've never even tried this on. Virtual reality helmet. And who here, your kids have used it, right?
Yes.
So tell me, I should know. You just explain what this is.
So you have to sync it to your phone. You have to get their app, and you sync this to your phone through the app. And then once you put this on, you use these remotes to toggle through different menus, and you can find different things to watch. It has internet access, like to go to YouTube. It has specific, like 360-degree immersion things. There's things to buy, but I have not purchased anything. And what I like is I can go in and find things that are good for my kids that don't have like horror aspects or bad language, and that we can just toggle through and pick what we want. You can build a favorites list so you can refer back to it later.
Oh, that's awesome. I did a presentation before a summer reading program at Hudson Prairie, and I talked about us having virtual reality helmets to check out, so come on down. And there were kids pouring in from Hudson Prairie, and we have 2 of these.
3.
Oh, we have 3 now. And yeah, so I felt really bad because they were so disappointed when they would come in and
They're
was
almost
checked
always
out.
out. The 3 are just continuously out. So like Shelly said, it was good that it was here today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Speaking of like fondue pots that don't get used very often, we have a kids baking kit. And I used to make plenty of Barbie cakes because I had a daughter who was obsessed with Polly Pockets and Barbies and American Girl dolls. So I am an expert with this. But your boys were into cars.
Very much into cars. Still are into cars. So we took home, there's more pie pans and cake pans than this, but we took this whole set home just to use this car, and we made a really cool car cake, and then they were done with it. You know, it was like we made that cake and then we were over, and I'm so happy I didn't have to buy this cake pan to use once or potentially twice, and if I ever want to get it again, it's here.
That's right. So your kid loves dinosaurs, you make them a dinosaur cake, chances are next year they're going to be, I don't like dinosaurs, I don't want a dinosaur cake. And it is nice to be able to grab something again and not, I have a lot of cake pans in a cupboard, and they're collecting dust and taking up room for things that I really use. So that's sort of the point. So this is sort of pretty basic, but when we bought bakeware for adults, we decided to upgrade and get some really nice stuff. Sarah loves Nordic ware, and she isn't mic'd right now, so I will summarize what you told me yesterday about how high quality this is and how evenly it bakes and how beautifully everything comes out. And we have a lot of seasonal things. You probably can't tell, but this is all fall. You know, so how often are you going to make little mini cakes or breads, mini breads that have pumpkins stamped in them? So a really great thing to come and check out. Other adult items that we have, Jamie, what do you know about wood carving?
So I don't know a whole lot, but we took this home and did it once, and this, we have different nibs. These heat up, and yep, you just pop that on, and then these heat up, and you can like burn a pattern into wood, and I think softer woods are always better, but you can get just a sheet of wood, and there's templates and stencils, and you can burn a design, and you can do your name.
Very cool.
It worked really well when we did it.
Want to talk a little bit about some of the space and STEM things we have for kids? I know this is, I don't know exactly how far. We had a nicer telescope that got broke really quickly. So this is a really great one for kids. And like all the kids, it comes with these accessory items. Information on stargazing and space books that are really cool.
I can go ahead and talk about the cubelets here. So there are a bunch of instructions you can have here to put, you probably can't see that from here, but you can put together different patterns. And by the way that you put these in, you can get them to spin, you can get them to roll, you can get the lights to come on, and it's just really fun, especially for that creative young scientific mind. There are some really, really cool things that you can do.
And it has these really easy to understand instructions about how to combine these to create robotics, basically. So that is a really great tool for kids who are interested, or even if they're not. This is how you make them interested, because it's easy and it's fun and you get to see things light up and move. Oh, I missed another adult art kit. We have a lot of stamping kits. This is, well, you're a great card maker. Why don't you talk a little bit about the stamp kits?
So we have 3 different stamp kits. They have different patterns in each kit, so and they're not themed at all. So they're just random. This happens to be a Halloween set and then like a flower set, but they're together in a bag of a whole bunch of stamps. And one of our kits is it has the Big Shot included, so you can use dies and you roll them through and it'll cut your paper, or sometimes even just press your paper with a pattern. But it's nice, again, similar to the bakeware, where you make cards and you might not want to use these stamps again. You can borrow them from us, and we don't include any ink just because that dries out, but there's lots of different options for your stamps. And I do make cards, but you can also do it with scrapbooking.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have a girls' night or friends' night and bring home some of these kits.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, the lawn games. So we have our Connect 4 game that Sarah and Jamie were playing. We have, you said, about 22 lawn games. And how often do they go out in the summer? What are a couple other of the games? I know we have horseshoes.
We have beanbag toss. We have bucket. I think it's beach ball or bucket ball. We have flickin' chicken is a big hit. It's rubber chickens. You
And you
chuck
just
and
throw
hit a
'em.
bullseye.
Sarah talked about bringing one today and just throwing it at me, throwing it at me randomly,
That would have been good.
Yeah. The librarian humor. Okay.
But they're out quite often in the summer for sure. They stay. Winter we actually put them away because we don't want them getting all dirty and mucky. They're
Yeah.
available if someone requests it. You could play it in a basement, but they're out quite often in the summer.
Great. We have also a lot of early learning kits for kids. These are these Duplos?
Bristle blocks.
Bristle blocks. We also have a bunch of Lego kits that kids take home and absolutely love. And those are fun to count when they come in and get returned. And we have recently developed a bunch of phonics kits for parents who want to help their kids with some of the reading. These are also kind of known as decodables, is sort of the key word today. But you get a bunch of books, and they're put into levels. So you're advanced early reader or beginner early reader. And for example, you can shake dice or just lay these down and create words and sounds with them. Let's see what I can get. So, at that. And every kid has a different kind of game or tool for kids to learn. So a lot of the things that we wanted to talk about or show are checked out. Maybe we can just remember a few of those. Sewing machine.
Metal detector.
I hear the metal detector has gone a lot, and you've had fun demonstrating that to kids. What else are we? We have the energy kits, so you can check.
Energy meters and draft check meters. you wanted to show a Lego kit, those were checked out. They're
Yes.
checked out a lot. So you get all the pieces. You get the instruction books and the pieces to build a particular Lego set. I like to grab the 3-in-1 so that kids can build have options. They can take it
Yes.
apart and build something again.
Yes. And we don't have anything massive, because of the cost. It takes a long time to build, and then when you disassemble that, because I know we have a Harry Potter castle at home. And we have one more thing to demonstrate. Sarah, I know you have used this. It's a light table for art projects, and it allows you to trace. And I know you used this recently to make a map of the library. Okay. So do you have a pen, or is it a stylus that you use?
Do you want me to hold it for you?
Yes.
Pressure.
Turn that way.
That's the kind of art I know how to do. Any closing thoughts? Because this, to me, is one of the most exciting things that's new. Our library of things, or newer, we've just been building it and building it to about 150, 160 items. And people really love them, but we're doing this segment because every time we talk about them, it seems we have people going, I have no idea you did this, or I had no idea I could get this at the library.
Well, I can actually talk about that. So I'm almost embarrassed to say I've been here a little over 5 years, and there are at least 2 items here that I had no idea we did. And I even studied the script before this, and there's still new things. And I don't know if we wanted to talk about Sarah, did an awesome job creating a bunch of artwork for the 4-sided spinner we have down in the lobby.
Yes.
So patrons will be able to come in and see everything that we have to offer that's a non-traditional item.
Right, we're making it more visible. So there are tags downstairs so you can see what we have. There will be lookbooks out there, and we'll work on a web page as well with all the photos and all the items. And there was one other thing I was thinking of related to what you just said. Boy,
One of our newest
way too early.
items is the Wisconsin State Park Pass.
That's right, thank you. So you can get into the county and state parks with a pass. So you don't have to pay the fee. You check out the pass. You can go visit parks, and we have things you can take with. You can also grab our bug kit for kids and the binoculars and the bird watching kit, and have a great time at one of the parks and not have to buy a permit to get in. I think everybody should get a chance to go to the amazing parks that we have in this area. So.
We also have those over there, that snowshoe kit that I had no
Snowshoes.
idea we had. And those are really, really nice.
Yes.
Really
We have
nice.
kids' snowshoes. I think we'll work on getting some adult ones, but these are available to check out once we have snow.
Wonderful. Hope you saw things you didn't know. Hope you'll come and check them out, as well as everything else that we offer, our programs, great collection of books, movies, and audiobooks, which are quickly becoming a dinosaur, but we're working on building up our collection of ebooks for you as well. So thanks very much. We'll see you next time when we're on River Channel.